Bitcoin reached all-time highs of $93,477. Right now it's at $87,903 at time of recording. But how high will it go? And when will it get there? And how best to cash in? That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'm also going to tell you something very, very exciting about altcoins. Make sure you listen all the way through to the end.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes a duty. So said Thomas Jefferson. Go to bit.ly/lawful tax protest or bit.ly/make-war-history and find out why it is a criminal offence to pay central government or local government taxes in the UK. Hi everybody, it's Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto. We are in the final throes, the happy period, the silly season of crypto, when there are ridiculous gains to be made. However, that's only valuable and useful if you know when the all-time high is likely to happen, and also if you have some idea of how high it's going to be. Let's have a look at that. And before I continue, please follow me on Twitter and Telegram and all the other places, and please share this video and spread the word and support my work. Now I'm going to start by taking a look at Bitcoin on a yearly candles chart. So these blocks here, they represent price movements and time movements, and each candle, these are called candles, represent a year's time frame. If it's green, it means the price went up over that period. If it's red, it means price went down over that period. And if you take a look, there is a familiar pattern to Bitcoin's price action. Now these dashed lines are the halvings, and I'll explain what that is in a moment. This halving line should actually be here, but my charting program doesn't allow me to draw it here. It only goes back to 2013, and the halving took place in 2012. But the candle there would have been green. Now what happens is you have the halving, and the year before you have price going up in anticipation of the halving. Then you have the halving and price goes up. Then price really makes all-time highs the year after the halving, and then it crashes. You have a correction over the course of the next 12 months or so, and then price begins to recover the following year, and then in the year of the halving it goes up quite a bit, and it's the year after where you have new all-time highs. So here we had new all-time highs just under $20,000, and here we had, this was in 2021, we had new all-time highs of $69,000, and then the price crashed. It corrected to about $15,500, and then it recovered slowly the following year, but not completely. And this year, 2024, the year of the halving, we've had the big uptick. But the really, really big green candle, if this pattern continues to play out, happens the following year. Now, why is it likely this patterns continue to play out like this, and what is a halving? Well, Bitcoin was launched in January 2009, and at the time it was launched, it's programmed in that every 10 minutes 50 Bitcoin are created, 50 new Bitcoin every 10 minutes, and that went on until November 2012, when it halved to 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, and then about 4 years later it went down to 12.5 Bitcoin every 12 minutes, and then in 2020, 6.25 Bitcoin every 12 minutes. And then as of 19th of April this year, 2024, 3.125 Bitcoin every 12 minutes. And at some point in the second quarter of 2028, it'll halve again. And it'll keep doing this roughly every 4 years. Now, while the new supply keeps reducing on these 4-year time frames, at the same time, you have increasing interest in Bitcoin and increasing adoption of Bitcoin, and increasing infrastructure being developed. So the demand for Bitcoin grows, but the new supply is diminishing. So when you have diminishing supply over increasing demand, then you have massive upticks in price, so that it will have gone from a high of about $1,100 in 2013 to $93,000 so far this year. But that's not going to be the end of it. It's going to be here in 2025, where we're likely to have another green candle. Now, when will that happen and how high will it go? Let's have a look at the monthly chart to establish that. Okay, this is the monthly chart of Bitcoin. So these candles represent a monthly time frame. And if we go back to the halving in July 2016, that's that one, that's the 2020 halving, and that's the 2024 halving. Now, what I've done here, I've done a couple of measurements to get an idea of when Bitcoin's likely to reach its next all-time high. So this was the all-time low, and that was in January 2015, and until the next all-time high, which was in December 2017, was 35 months. All-time low to all-time high, 35 months. And this period spans the halving that happened there in July 2016. And again here, the all-time low in December 2018, which was about $3,200. It was another 35 months till the next all-time high, which was in December 2021, and that was $69,000. So then if we look at that from the most recent all-time low, which was in November 2022, and it was about $15,500, to another 35 months would take us into October 2025. Now remember I showed you earlier how the big candle, the big all-time highs really happened the year after the halving. So I went from the halving and measured how long did it take till the all-time high. So from the July 2016 halving, it was 17 months till we reached the all-time high in December 2017. Then in May 2020, there was a halving, and it was 18 months till the all-time high in November 2021. So then from the April halving this year, another 18 months would bring us to October 2025. Now, this isn't guaranteed, but it does give you an idea of when it's likely to happen. Of course, there's lots of fundamental factors in place. Who knows what exciting things are going to happen next year? Now, when's the best time to cash out? Well, I've often said that the best way to get into Bitcoin or any other crypto is to dollar cost average in. Keep buying a small amount every week, every month, whatever works for you. Don't put in any more than you can afford to lose. Regardless of the price, just keep buying in. Just keep buying in. That's called dollar cost averaging in. Now, you could dollar cost average out that in the run up to the all-time high, say October, September 2025, for 3 months beforehand or 4 months beforehand or 5 months beforehand, you work something out where you're cashing out on a regular basis. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you do long before that is that you've registered with various exchanges, you've done all the KYC, so you're not in a mad, crazy scramble September, October to start cashing out. Now, Bitcoin is the steadiest, most conservative, most trustworthy, most reliable, most consistent investment that you can make in crypto, but the returns aren't going to be spectacular like you can get in altcoins. And what happens with the altcoins is they follow Bitcoin's pattern. So when Bitcoin price goes up, the price of the altcoins go up. When Bitcoin's price goes down, the price of the altcoins go down, generally, except when there's altcoin season, which usually happens in the last year when Bitcoin makes all-time highs. But there's a time lag. So Bitcoin makes all-time highs, keeps going up, keeps going up, keeps going up. Altcoins follow behind, but with a bit of a time lag. Now, we've had a breakthrough into all-time highs in Bitcoin, but not necessarily in the altcoins. But that is coming soon. Now, the Stock Money Lizards, they sent this out on their Twitter account, their X account. I do recommend you follow them because they produce some really great stuff. And what this shows is the Bitcoin dominance chart. And it's another way of looking at how the altcoins are performing. So when these lines are going down, altcoins are performing well because it means Bitcoin's losing its dominance. When these lines are going up, altcoins are going down in value. That means that money's moving out of altcoins into Bitcoin. And what the Stock Money Lizards have noted is that 230 days after the halving is when altcoin season begins. Now, this is Bitcoin on the daily chart, and I've added these orange date ranges. And this is from the halving in July 2016. 230 days later, February 2017, is when the altcoin season started. And we carry on here. May 2020, 230 days after the halving, altcoin season would have started in December 2020, was the end of December. Now, altcoins were probably still moving up, but it's after this period you get the really crazy returns. So now, after the halving in April of this year, 230 days brings us to the 5th of December 2024. So you've still got 3 weeks left where you can start amassing your altcoin positions. Don't put in any more than you can afford to lose, because this is the period where life-changing fortunes are going to be made. Now I'm going to carry on covering crypto, sharing with you my own journey and what I'm doing. So please subscribe, follow, comment, share this video, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. All the best. Bye-bye.